Sunday, February 8th, around 6:48. The Super Bowl kickoff should have probably happened. I think 20 minutes ago. I'm really bad at the Super Bowl, but not only is it the Super Bowl, which definitely keeps people off the street. People are definitely at parties and doing things, but it is also trying to control my language. Very, very cold here. Freaking freezing. Overnight, it dropped to about 1 degree, and there was a vicious breeze. When I woke up this morning around 7, it was -10 or so. Something high, definitely negative double digits. It slowly got up to about 4 degrees real feel thanks to the breeze, and then the sun finally got high enough, and we got up 15 degrees outside. So I was ready to come to the shop and have an absolutely lousy business day, but I'm happy to say, considering both those factors, the Super Bowl and the weather, we did okay. I'm basically wrapping up for the day. I think I'm going to close after 7. I haven't had anyone in here in about 40 minutes. The last person in was in around 6. Let's see when they made that purchase. That was around 6:10, I think. And he came in around 6 and 5:45. The last person was in here at 5:45. So yeah, we haven't had anyone in for over an hour. It's freaking freezing outside. It's the superb owl. So we're going to close up. But there's a bunch of things that we haven't really talked about here on the live stream. I talked about the interview that I was doing Thursday night on Thursday, but I didn't actually get to say how it went because I didn't do a live stream on Friday. It went very well. I think the premise of the show, the style of what I'm going to do, needs some adjustment. I think it's a lot for Joey to edit because the podcast records. The way it records is it records all of us on full screen with our webcams, full screen, widescreen, but then on the screen itself, it breaks it up into the three of us. And Joey gets all that footage to edit and deal with. So I don't know what it's going to look like, but he really was telling me he thinks we should have this one up this week. So there's hope. Hopefully Thursday, whatever new video I put up Thursday is either going to be my Who the Heck Is, which is a 5-minute deep dive on a character that Joey said he was going to edit this weekend, or it's going to be the interview with Jim Rugg. I hope it's the interview. I really think that interview went exceptionally well, and I'm kind of excited to do my next one, but I've made myself a promise that I'm not going to set up the next interview until this one goes live. I want to be able to point to it to show I have at least one person ready to go. I have 2 other people I've spoken to. We'll see how it goes, but I really think that interview is going to be exciting, so definitely like and subscribe so you can see that when we put it up Thursday, or just come back to this channel Thursday. The other thing that I think is really interesting YouTube-wise is that since I started putting up a new video every Thursday here on YouTube, more and more people are getting recommended our videos. So Comics I Can't Read went up this Thursday. It doesn't have an exceptional amount of views. You're welcome to go check it out here on the channel and get those views up. It doesn't have an exceptional amount of views, but a bunch of older videos, not just the ones I put up in the last few weeks, but older ones going back a couple months, those are now getting viewed here on YouTube because I have a regular weekly schedule of putting stuff up. You would think 2 years of me doing the live stream here on YouTube would somehow make me recommended, but that is not the case. So what are you going to do? If you're interested in any of our new things, we've got, like I said, we've got the Let's Plays, which there's one more recorded and it hasn't gone up. There's quick pitches, pick 'em ups, which are literally 1.5 minute at most long little pitches about why a comic book is good. There's the old recommendations, which are long. There's the Comics I Can't Read, which is about the medium and how the comic works. And now we've got Explain Yourself, the interview series coming. So I'm really excited. I think we've got a lot of great stuff coming down the pipeline here on YouTube. And I think everyone should like, subscribe, tell their friends, check out the videos, etc., etc., etc. The craziest thing was it was like Wednesday, I just started seeing little comments on videos from 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. Oh, I love this video. Oh, this is such a great book. And it's like, yes, people are seeing this stuff. That's what social media used to help. Social media used to help us get the push out, get things along, and it just doesn't do that anymore. So that's what's passed. We recorded some great videos. We have some great videos coming. I did the interview, and this week we've got, let's see, so many great books coming out. We've got DCKO 4, the second to last issue of DCKO. We've got the Absolute Wonder Woman annual, which is tremendous because the Absolute Wonder Woman annual is drawn by, what's his name? Deleuze, who did 2 issues earlier. Gorgeous stuff. So that's exciting. We've got Bleeding Hearts, the new Vertigo book by Dennis Camp. That's coming out this week. We've got the final issue of Immortal Legend Batman. Sirens, Love Hurts is a new Gotham Sirens series. Babs Tarr is drawing it. Babs Tarr is, across the board, one of the best people to draw the whole Gotham world. She has so much fun with it. Every single picture of hers with the Gotham characters just shoots on the page. So please, if you're going to the comic shop this week, pick up Sirens, Love Hurts. If you're a collector looking for that Absolute Batman kick, Absolute Batman 14 and Absolute Batman 15 are getting second prints this week. Let me say something about this, because this was the segue. Absolute Batman is nonsense. It is crazy. It's insane. People are suddenly a year and a half into this run saying, I want to collect single issues. I want every single issue that DC just announced on Friday. No final order cutoff, no warning. Boom, we're reprinting all of Absolute Batman 1 through 11. I think it was 1 through 12. All of it reprinted. It's the 11th printing of number 1, not counting the Batman Day special. The 11th printing. So if you are seeing that and you're like, oh crap, I can get every single issue of Absolute Batman. Well, they didn't reprint. They did not reprint 14 and 15 in this new run coming out in a month. They didn't do it. So if you want 14 and 15, call your store. Contact your store today, however, email, social media, whatever, and say, hey, there's a second printing of Absolute Batman 14 and 15 coming out. Can you sign me up for that? Because it is going to fly off the shelf. That is my biggest complaint with these reprints. I have come to the conclusion, look, we have tons of people. They call up, they walk in. What do you have for the Absolute series? What do you have for Absolute Batman? Do you have any Absolute Martian Manhunter? So there's definitely people looking for these issues, but the vast majority of people ask me already collect. They want special covers. They want full runs. They want they want only first printings, whatever it is. So I don't really think we really need to be making all these new printings for the Absolute Batman run, but we're ordering them. We're getting Absolute Batman 1 through 11. I have no Absolute Batman except for the new issue 16 up on the shelf. I have almost no Absolute Superman. I have almost no Absolute Wonder Woman. I ordered lots of those. I did not order an Absolute Flash, Absolute Green Lantern. I'm still, to this day, sitting on Absolute Flash and Absolute Green Lantern number 1s. People still haven't bought all of those. There's no reason for me to fill those in. If people come and tell me they want them, I'll put an order in. But I think it's unnecessary. Meanwhile, March is also DC Next Level. There's a new Lobo series. There's a new Deathstroke series. There's a new Batwoman series. And all of those are happening at the same time they're doing all these reprints. And from where I'm coming from, you're going to be a lot better off if you have most of the issues of Absolute Batman, but you're missing a few in your collection. You can order them. But if you only have limited funds, wouldn't you rather get a new comic? I assume you've read those Absolute Batman issues you're missing. You read them online, you borrowed them from a friend, whatever. There's totally new series. Greg Rucka, okay, who invented Kate Kane for the modern era, is back on Batwoman. Danny, the artist on it, she's incredible. And you're going to pick up Absolute Batman number 6, 4th printing, because, well, I really don't want to have my full run. Read something new. That's my take on all that. I'm sorry, I had to get it out there. But yes, if you missed Absolute Batman 14 and 15 and you want to make sure you get a copy, they are in stores this week. Supergirl 10 is this week. That's got a beautiful Amy Reeder cover, beautiful Joe Quinones cover. Great story. All the Supergirl books have been really wonderful. And yeah, that's just DC that I'm talking about. There's loads more coming out from Marvel, Dynamite, IDW, Dark Horse. So many great comics coming out, and people just don't even know. Okay, that's a great example. I'll wrap up with this story. I don't even know if it's going to make it into the episode, because I think we did it after we stopped recording. I was talking to Jim Rugg. Now, Jim Rugg is indie of indie guys. Jim Rugg has done Street Angel. He's done 5 zines in the last year, all on his own. He's got a massive indie cred from Cartoonist Kayfabe here on YouTube. He's done some work at other companies, but he really loves comics and the medium and all the potential that the medium allows you to tell stories. He's not a character guy. And we were talking I'm pretty sure it was after the interview, or it was at the end of the interview, and I was like, well, yeah, but there's great stuff coming out from these corporations besides for just fun, this is totally new to people who haven't read comics. Even if you're an old hat, there's really great stuff coming out. The Supergirl series by Sophie Campbell. And he goes, what's Supergirl? I said, Sophie Campbell's writing and drawing Supergirl right now. And he goes, she is? And I'm like, yeah, and it's totally Silver Age. She's back in her hometown, and she's got to deal with a false Supergirl, and it's every issue has tons happening in it because it's a real Silver. He goes, that is such a great fit. I'm interested in that. And I'm like, that's my point. You have people going, oh, Absolute Batman just looks dumb, or I really don't like what Matt Fraction is doing with Batman. I don't think the DC's doing that great. Everyone's so great. Right, but they are doing great. They have other stuff. If you don't like that stuff, you're going to like the other direction. Poison Ivy has been wonderful. I'm going to say it again. I'll mention it. Erica Henderson's Harley and Ivy, which was supposed to be an ongoing. They cut down to 6. Tremendous series if you just want a character-driven, cartoony series. Anyway, that's the day. Tomorrow, we will probably do a quick live stream talking about some of the vagaries of running a comic shop in the middle of winter, which I didn't want to get into today, but it's really rough. And then Tuesday, we'll look at some new books. Like I said, Thursday, brand new video. Going to be something interesting. Not sure what yet. Until then, remember, damn it, babies, you got to be kind.